Yeah, really excited to get to play an excellent football team at LSU and to be in a great stadium. I've had the opportunities over my playing years and coaching years to go to Baton Rouge on several occasions, and what a fantastic place to play. I know our players will be very excited to get the opportunity to compete there, and with this time of year, you love these kind of games, and so we're looking forward to it. Looking forward to this opportunity, and we'll get ready this week and see if we can get a big win. With that said, questions.
I did kind of wonder about that. You said this time of year, it doesn't necessarily look like it's the best time for a team that's kind of got a lot of momentum going forward in the conference to get one of these money games, I guess you would call it.
Well, I like it. I really do. I love the opportunity to play in as good an opponent as you can play. Because if you win, it makes a big statement about what your football team's like, and so you want to play the best of the best. And like I said, we have tremendous respect for for LSU and their history, and so to get the opportunity to go play in a game in November, you want to be playing for things like this. You want to be trying to have big wins, and so yeah, I'm excited about it, and I know our football team will be excited about it too.
Obviously, that's a tough environment, Death Valley against LSU. You guys have the final two regular season games on the road. Talk about how this team is on the road, how they thrive in those environments.
Yeah, I think every team is different, but we have shown that our guys love the opportunities to go compete, especially on the road. This is no different, and so I know they'll be excited about that. And I've talked about your full body of work, and this is a part of that deal. It's if we go in there and have a big win, it says a lot about who we are. And so I know our guys will be very, very excited to go on the road, and they have been all year. They have been all year. It's a kind of a mentality that you got to have, us against the world kind of mentality, but our guys enjoy that.
Tyson, changing gears a little bit. Do you have a black and white sense of what you guys need to do to get to the conference championship game and or host it?
Yeah, I think there's to me today there's like 14 different scenarios right now, so it blows my mind. I've talked about we control our own destiny all the time. To a certain extent we do, to a certain extent we don't, but you control what you can control, and winning solves a lot of problems. So we just need to focus on winning, and everything will play out. And my main focus right now, our team's main focus, is on LSU, and not.
It was an aside.
Yeah, no, I mean the question's a good question, but we want to focus on LSU, and then the next, we got a lot of conference games this week. We'll see how all that plays out and next week. So we'll have a little better, clearer picture, I think, next week and see where we're at.
Hey, you were with this program the last time Western went to Death Valley. I think you were offensive coordinator. Were you up in the booth, or were you down on the field?
I was up in the booth, and I remember it was a pregame warm-up. It was like a monsoon. It was wet field for sure, which probably helped us a little bit, but it was a good competitive game, and so our Western Kentucky has had a history of competing very well against quality, really good opponents. Didn't even say quality opponent, really good opponents. So this is nothing new for us, to be in an SEC environment late in the season, Think back LSU, and then 2019 Arkansas, was another very similar type scenario. So we've been on the road before, and there's a lot to play for. I think team success equals personal success, right? I think there's a team aspect of something where it's all about the team, but there's also personal accomplishments that people want to have, both players and coaches, right? And so what better place to go do that at the highest level against the highest opponent, right? It says a lot about who you are if you have team success, but at the same time personal success, because there's matchups within matchups and challenges within challenges. And, our offensive line versus their front, or our receivers against their DBs, or our DBs against their receivers who are excellent. So there's a lot of cool things, and I think there's a lot of pride that goes beyond just the team aspect of it.
You know, LSU, this is a program that's kind of having a rocky year, you know, with the head coaching drama and everything behind the scenes. Do you feel like that kind of gets your opportunity a little bit higher going into this specific matchup this year?
No, this is a well-trained bunch that when you walk into their park, they're going to be ready to play football. And it's always been that way at LSU, and it's always been that way at most SEC environments. They are excellent players. They are well-trained players. They are well-coached players. I know a lot of the staff that's on that staff, and they are excellent football coaches. So the head coach, sure, he does make a difference for sure. But when you have an excellent staff with excellent football players that are well-trained, it goes beyond the head coach, and that's what this bunch is.
Do you know Frank Wilson? Or do they kind of
Yes, sir.
with
No,
him?
Coach Wilson,
Yeah.
excellent football coach. Coach Wilson, you know, was at UTSA and really was a huge part, in my opinion, of help build that program. Is an excellent recruiter. And really, I felt like, and UTSA has done a great job, but I can remember competing against UTSA, and man, the quality of football players was outstanding. And he's always been a fabulous football coach. And so when you say, well, the head coach piece, I mean, he is the sitting head football coach, so his football team is going to be ready to play.
Just going into this game too, oftentimes you kind of get the sense that pro scouts put a little more weight into these kind of matchups for whatever reason, to see how they do against these P4 programs. You got a young quarterback in Rodney going in there who's never really been in that kind of environment. You got another guy, Maverick, who has. Just look at what he did against Texas Tech last year. Is there any thought to maybe working him in there, or are you still going to stay with
I think, you know, Rodney will start, but, you know, obviously, and my message has never really changed. It doesn't matter who we play as a team. I mean, I'm just really happy we have two quality quarterbacks, and you know, I'll let Rick and the offensive staff, and I'm a part of it as well, with the game plan piece. If it calls for a two quarterback scenario, we're definitely open to that. I think, though, you know, from our standpoint, Rodney's going to go out there, and Maverick's always ready, and I've compliment him on the job he does every single day and the leadership he brings to our football team, and you know, so I would never question two quarterbacks playing in a game for sure. But we got to get through this week and see where we're at. But Rodney's body of work, he's earned the right to still be out there and to be the quarterback. And you know, one thing about him that I really like, it's more about us, and it's always been about us with him. He focuses on what we need to do. He's not worried about the opponent, and you know, I would suspect that it really doesn't matter what the environment is. He'll be ready to play.
Coach, to pick up a win like this at LSU, do you think it comes down more so to your team's execution or capitalizing off the mistakes that LSU made?
I think the biggest pieces is like any game, right? Turnovers are critical. You can't have the turnover piece. Finishing drives and putting the ball in the end zone is critical. You know, field goals are not going to win games. They're a part of the game, for sure, but you have to find the end zone. I think back to Arkansas when they played. You know, Arkansas had it down there at the 1 yard line, 4th and 1, couldn't get it in. Right, made the difference in the game. You know, you got to do those things. You got to get it in the end zone to win that game. So that's a big piece. And then from a defensive standpoint, you know, you got to create opportunities for your offense, get the ball back. We got to go steal some possessions, turnover-wise. But at the end of the day, the game of football stays the same, you know. And if we just play our best game and we play clean football and we play within the rules and don't make, you know, bonehead mistakes, we'll have a chance to go win this game in the fourth quarter.
Coach, you talked about the SEC environment a lot. Your guys are kind of flipping fields, I guess, in a sense, because a lot of the players Saturday night mentioned the crowd here at the Helton and how that really benefited you guys down the stretch. Do you do anything different in practice this week, maybe to prep for that SEC environment?
We always, when you play a larger crowd, we do the crowd noise and we pump in the band, and they have a great band, and which adds to the environment that I think our guys get excited. I think it helps you in practice too. And like if you ever play Tennessee, that the band's constantly playing, so you're playing Rocky Top all the time. But same thing at LSU. They got a fantastic band, and they're always playing, and so we'll try to create that environment as much as we can.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.